On the Mushi. He got cooking for the only Mushi. Just a fucking Mushi.
Might not be the basics depending on what it is. See, the thing is that when somebody becomes successful, they think, oh shit, if you learn what I do, then you can do it too. But it's not that simple. Everybody has their personal and own definitions and motivations.
Yeah, I mean, we fucking controller, nigga. That's what I gotta do tomorrow.
Reading is not just, it's comprehension skills. There's a lot of things that go into reading.
Right.
And to see Jewel say something like this, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm disappointed. Because as dads, as parents, bro, we have to be some sort of representation of where it is that we're from. Now, the funny part of the whole shit is this. Y'all never beaten the allegations that Cam should have left. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Niggas has never beaten that. Because the more time goes on, the more it feels like, oh nah, something wasn't right over there. And they looking at Cam's success versus what everybody else got going on. And I'm not going to say that Jewel's ain't got nothing going on. Not going to say that. I don't know what he has going on. But I know he can talk about, I can't feel my face for 20 years. I'm just keeping it 1,000, man. I'm keeping it 1,000. Like I said, I'm leading with respect, but I got to be 100. We cannot afford to say things like this, especially at a time where we have an epidemic of fucking drill. That's the only thing these kids want to do. That's the only thing they want to do. And when they see rappers say stuff like that, they are influenced by rappers now. You know, I'm pretty sure that the teenage kid today might not be influenced by Jewel Santana. Me and Jewel is the same age. We actually went to the same junior high school at one point in time. I was in Jonah Garden. He was in another school that's in Jonah Garden. Y'all know the downtown in Harlem. Like, this is not cool. Let's watch the rest of the clip.
And it's there, man, I think we could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. You don't have to know how to read. I really understand it. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm on common sense.
Now the crazy thing I seen somebody write in the comment section is common sense people they like took a loaded gun to the airport. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100. This is why when you say
he took a loaded gun to the airport.
I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power, not you. You gotta listen. You don't have to listen to that too. They got apps to put it in and read it to you. They bring it. Yeah. It probably will. AI will now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got a big fault. So just say that the bad
got a
way,
bad
like,
bitch on my line. What the hell?
You just saying that, you just gotta know what you like. You ain't gotta eat the rest around. You can just say, what is this, a steak joint? I want steak, nigga. What y'all steak come with? What y'all got? When the waiter come? When the waiter come?
Nigga, this is crazy, bro.
See, that's the problem. We always use the extreme to legitimize our argument. With Michael Jordan, with Jay-Z, with Oprah Winfrey, with Drake, with Kendrick, with LeBron. Yo, man, every time somebody, with Beyonce, every time somebody mentions someone, they use the highest extreme. Like whatever said person in entertainment, sport, whatever field, to
got a bad bitch on my line. What the hell? About to take her to the fucking ribs, Sally.
Ain't no Floyd Mayweather's falling off of fucking trees. Are you kidding me? You think you don't have to read because Floyd Mayweather don't have to read and he can just count? Even when he talks about the contracts, you can have somebody read the contract for you. Law language is written in a different language. Of course, you definitely have to have an attorney that's going to explain and break things down to you, right? But you still have to have literal and comprehension skills. Like what are we talking about? Even when Jewel said the 48 Laws of Power, Gosh, we talking about the prison Bible.
You talking about the prison Bible?
The niggas saying they gotta read. You can just listen to the prison Bible and just live your life. 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is a great book, but it's also said in the pretext of that book to not take that book literal because it will drive you mad. The book is banned in New York State prison because that book is the heaviest book when it comes to manipulation probably known to man. Now, Jewels had that to say, and they said you ain't got to read books. And I bought a few books downstairs that I have read or currently reading that I want to share with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not a big fan of the horse. Okay, watch. This is what I'm saying. This is how fast I'm running. Oh, shit, excuse me.
5 types of people.
This is how fast I'm running about the horse. Watch when I get the horse.
Sociopaths and other high conflict personalities. Like people that might tell you you don't need to read.
Okay, never mind. Whoa, shit. We got bad guys. Read that photo, man. I ain't want the motherfucker.
You find yourself between grown-ups.
This focus right before I go over there.
These hooligans. Do you listen to Uncle Bob's intestinal tales or shop deals on toys?
Take a bad bitch to the crib. What this hell?
Code of the Samurai, a modern translation of the Bushido Soshinshu. You know what I'm saying? Now this book just tells you a lot about, I'm into like Japanese culture because of discipline. You know what I mean? So samurai is like a high level of discipline. That's why I got this book. I was reading it. I got to get back on it as well. This book right here, All the Wonders, True Stories About Facing the Unknown. This is a good read as well. One of my favorites, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This book right here, man, 2 or 3 minutes of reading that book, I was cracking up, but I was learning, right? And another book, and this was gifted to me, Never Eat Alone, and Other Secrets to Success, One Relationship at a Time. I just want to say this, you know what I mean? As men, as women, we got to be very, very mindful of what we put out there, right? We got to be very, very mindful of the bait we put on the hook. See, the thing about putting bait on hooks is that a lot of times we don't know the influence or the impact we have, whether we realize it or not. A lot of older people will tell us to use our own spaces responsibly. And I mean, what does that even entail? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that entail? What does that mean for us to use our spaces responsibly? You have to think, be able to critically think to make decisions. Now, I hear all of that. Just common sense.
We're not doing this. 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 We're not doing this.
Mental gymnastics, looking at a free time because they can't figure out when they right? How about that?
Shit. That shit said we don't recommend you do this child after level 30, nigga. I'm on level fucking. They on level fucking 1.
Move around in it, it's comfy. I feel like I can wear this to go outside. I can wear this to the gym. I can wear this to go get my groceries, pick up my kids from school, whatever it is I need to be doing. Good airport fit, Jordan Craig got it. So if you like the sweatsuit or any of the stuff that you've seen, make sure that you hit jordancraig.com and use my code. Like I said.
Wait, okay, so my shit is going up. Okay.
And reason being for saying all of this is because I'm just keeping it $1. As we get older, and we get in front of these cameras, we get in front of these mics, we move around, we meet people, we make friends.
I'm gonna try it one more time. I think I can do it. All right.
And most people don't understand what they're signed to. Like, well,
Oh, it's okay.
let's just hypothetically conjure up a U.S. Santana. Signed to
Wait, what?
It's time for us to put this together. It takes a signature.
No way.
Production, right? That's what happens. I didn't read the fine print. Let's say I got 50% of the production bill. When I was good, so if you acting up, you acting crazy, doing whatever you doing, feel away, now I can hold your money.
Whoa, shit. Elite practice. Nigga say elite practice. All right, cool. Bands on my, what the? What the fuck?
See, the thing about it is, man, when you give a person the opportunity to feed you, they can starve you. And this is not directed towards you, Wells.
Look,
if we feel like we don't need to acquire any skills, if we feel like academics don't matter, you know what I'm saying? We feel like, oh, I don't need to go to school. Like, even for me, I didn't go to school, but I'm not a person that thinks I don't need to be educated. I don't think that my common sense is just enough. I don't think that me just, knowing how to read people, because in the grand scheme of
I see. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well, I looked at you, you was looking kind of funny, so this is not the streets. The world is not the streets. I want all y'all brothers out there and sisters, whether you come from the hood,
What has locked the door?
Whatever your experience is, that the world doesn't move based upon your experience. Now, your experience can save you, it can help you, it can hurt you. But when you start talking about how you do things in the grand scheme of things, that don't have nothing to do with how somebody else does their business or their work or whatever the case may be. I was having a conversation this weekend with one of my homies, and we were talking about how people look at you, right? Like, if you walk in the room, how does it make you feel? And my answer was, I don't feel no way when a person knows who I am. I never feel no way because when a person knows who I am. Because I lead with respect until it's disrespect and then you get thunder. But until that point, I lead with respect because you don't know who people are. But a lot of times, right, we're defined by our chains, our watches, what we think are accolades, right? Like having 2 and 3 cars, having all these clothes, $10,000 home art jeans, all types of silly, stupid shit. Buying things.
Silly, stupid shit.
Buying things that are liability, not assets, things that depreciate in value.
I feel like this is like where I started from. Think it is.
I did it because I wanted to do it. I just wanted to see what the hype was about. You know what I'm saying? Around people. What's that? Watching my whole life. So I want one. Bad investment. You know what I'm saying? And I would but I will pick that until they look at that. I accept you how it makes you. Now, I think it's really unfortunate for you to think that, you know, you ain't
Is there a way?
to tell you shit. Like, they'll tell you that, yeah, they can tell you anything. You know what I mean? What's the famous quote? You want to hide something from it? Put it in the book. This is how I do it. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. Go grab yourselves one of these books. I highly recommend 5 types of people that could ruin your life. This shit is a game changer. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. If you want to be the best rapper, you gotta have the best bars. Just like Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They gotten over $25 billion with more than 500,000 clients. And the results speak for themselves. A client in Pennsylvania got $29 million after being offered only $500,000. Another client in Florida got $20 million after being offered $0. Morgan & Morgan been fighting for the people for over 35 years. It's like hiring a people army that's always going to rob you. If you get injured by somebody else's negligence, then you deserve to be paid. Not all law firms is created equal. Hiring the wrong one could cost you. If you get injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I'm Wayno. How are y'all feeling today? Before we get started, haven't been here before, this is your first time here, make sure that after you get into the video, hit that sub button, hit that like right now, and run up the hype. Today we're talking about Nicki Minaj. We got Nicki Minaj at the UN representing Donald Trump and the Trump administration before we got DC-46. We got Nicki representing Donald Trump and the Trump administration at the UN before we got another LeBron championship. Before we got the retro 60s, you know what I mean? The champions 2000 about the final February. We got that. We got Nicki at the UN before we got all of that. Let me tell you something. This shit has shown everybody.
Are you after the treasures of the Northern Vow as well? Keep it down. Don't alert anyone inside.
Northern Vow?
You don't know? Would you believe it?
Why
Do you see why I need a fucking controller?
I won't let them.
Tomorrow cannot come fast enough, mate.
Everybody has something that they want out of a situation, and they barter a lot. Before there was money, there was the barter system. You do something for me, I do something for you. Nicki Minaj has been called upon to represent, like I said, the Trump administration, to speak on behalf of Nigeria. What's going on in Nigeria? This is Trump speaking about what's going on in Nigeria.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal defense,
right?
Maybe there really is a treasure.
Tragedies happen all over the world. We are going to talk about the tragedies that happen in America, but this will be just off the simple fact that
Oh shit.
What's up? It was sent by She talked about Desiree Perez and did she get a pardon from Trump? You know, people challenged her on the same fact of Wayne getting a pardon from Trump. The Super Bowl, bunch of shit, Jay-Z, posting Jay-Z in wigs and all types of stuff. And we can still go to the sentiments of how people act with others versus their own. But this is Nicki Minaj, you know, an excerpt of her talking at the UN.
To thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in
Okay, so
Nigeria,
again,
to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural rights to
so how do you do that?
of religion and belief.
Now, the thing about seeing this is I understood that, like, when you see certain stuff that just dope, like when the square is not going into the circle, you trying to put a star into a triangle, from the time you're a kid, you realize that something ain't right, that something is not fitting together. This just specifically has got people.
So how do you?
Online, everywhere, and I also want to speak about how, you know, people are trying to legitimize other gripes that they have with other people as to why they want to support this coming from Nicki Minaj. But there's a article on Rolling Stone, and it's talking about this, and it says Nicki Minaj spoke to the United Nations headquarters today, calling out what she perceives as extremism against Christians in Nigeria. I would like to thank the President Trump for prioritizing this issue, for his leadership on a global stage, and calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, she said, also asserting in her 4-minute speech that today faith is under attack in too many places in Nigeria. Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart. Families have been torn apart, as in representing the Trump administration. I bet that's what we're doing. Entire communities live in fear constantly simply because of how they pray. I bet. I mean, listen, this gets better by the moment. It says, before Minaj's speech, UN Ambassador Mike Waltz echoed the notion of persecution against Christians before.
I remember. No, I know the way to do it. I forgot how to do it though. The bag.
For Christians. Minaj's speech prefaced a panel discussion entitled "Combat and Religious Violence and Killing Christians in Nigeria." Time reporter Eric Cortellesa, he has a difficult name for me to pronounce, but previously broke the news of the speech, revealing that the President Trump's advisor, Alex Brucewitz, facilitated Minaj's appearance. Okay, let's keep going. The speech comes weeks after she made a post lauding a Trump Truth Social post that claimed that Christianity was under existential threat in Nigeria. Elsewhere in November, she shared a pro-MAGA clip posted by the White House X account, which soundtracked her Bees in the Trap hit, as well as xenophobic, transphobic video highlighting Trump's accomplishments since beginning the second term, which resulted in her losing over 100,000 followers. Now, before I go any further, this is some of the sentiment that I thought was going to happen, because I was burned out from the
You know that story where slow and steady wins? That's terrible advice. Things move fast in the modern workforce. I'm at University of Phoenix, where I have courses I can put to use right away on career-relevant skills in weeks, not years, at University of Phoenix.
President Trump has been extremely, and the administration has been extremely vocal about Kamala representing they, them, while Trump represents you. Now, with all due respect to the people of the LGBTQ plus community, I hope I said that right. They are this fan base, right? An extremely big fan base. And I want to give them some credit. The same way I saying by my sponsors. Yo, this video is brought to you by Jordan Fresh. Jordan Fresh Denim is a brand, family-owned brand, working with their business over 30 years by the way of Queens, New York. On top of that, they got everything from premium denim. They got good sweats, good jackets, all types of garments, and all types of accessories for any and everything you need. A lot of people have wanted. Everybody from Allen Iverson, Moneybag Yo, Shiloh Sanders, Paul Pierce, Vin Diesel. They got something for everybody. You know it's full time. You gotta get right. You want to sweatsuit. This sweatsuit I got on in particular, to move around in it. It's comfy. I feel like I can wear this to go outside. I can wear this to the gym. I can wear this to go get my groceries, pick up my kids from school, whatever it is I need to be doing. It's airport fit. Jordan Fresh got it. So if you like this sweatsuit or any of the stuff that right? No matter what you got going on, no matter what y'all ridiculous and over the top, but y'all have always stuck by Nicki Minaj no matter what. Y'all always stuck by her. Of course.
Oh shit.
Dangerous reduction of the nature of violence in Nigeria that isn't backed by data. Nigerian citizens.
So again,
Still Minaj, like Trump, his conservative comrades, is projecting misconception that Christians in particular are being assailed in Nigeria. This is about standing up in the face of injustice, she said during her speech. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will not continue to stand for the rest of my life. I won't care if anyone, anywhere is being persecuted for their beliefs. Let's take a step back, y'all. Because all of the stuff that's being said in here, Nicki Minaj is Trinidadian, right? Her family's from Trinidad. Pretty sure she has a lot of family that came to this country that are immigrants. Pretty sure there's a lot of people in her family, maybe even distant family, or even her people in this country that have been persecuted by ICE. And ICE has been, like, weaponizing. They've been weaponizing desperation. Reason why I say that is because they've been weaponizing desperation due to, lack of job opportunity, employment. They keep telling people, sign up for ICE. We starting out giving out $50,000. We got student loan forgiveness, and you can get up to $90,000, right? So think about the person.
Do you think
I'm just talking about
maybe
the person who may not got anything going for them, and they might not even agree with Trump administration doing, but they need a job. A political platform, not the person that's well versed. The most well versed, I think, because that's what affects what I care about the most, which is people who live in poverty, because that's where I come from. Even though I don't live in poverty, you know what I'm saying? I did live in poverty.
We found nothing of value, let alone
Like, so much from the party. When President Obama gave the speech about brothers, why didn't Jigga Man come out strongly campaign for the Democratic Party at that time? Could it be y'all have to be hoodwinked?
Its vibrant fragrances are infused with true technology. 3 to 17 days. Airwick, always fragrant, always inviting. Skinners demands payment with gift cards. Don't share codes or personal details.
You can't make this shit laugh out loud. She said, "Ooh, that was so kind of President Trump and was so kind of President Obama to actually go out and campaign. But what did Mr. Jigga Man do to help y'all win the election? These adults speaking out to help his party? Or was it not his party? Is it just about who could benefit from him and Deseret at the time? Oh, black people, it looks like Jigga Man, Deseret played y'all once again. Laughing my ass off, the jig is up." Now, the only reason why I brought that tweet back up is because I think that it's pretty ironic for Nicki to tweet such strong, sentiments about Roc Nation and Jay-Z, which I'm gonna keep it 100. Please don't try to put me into some box of me being puppeted and controlled by Jay-Z. I don't really care if you do, but I'm just saying, it's like, I speak for myself, right? Now, the reason why, like I said, why I brought that up is because, for me, personally, like, my mother's side of my family, my great-grandmother, you know what I mean, came to this country from Montserrat, by the way of Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? Met my great-grandfather, who was from Jamaica, on my mom's side, you know what I'm saying? And had my grandmother, who is my mom's mother. My father's side comes from Fayetteville, North Carolina. You feel me? So it's like, there is a strong part of me that cares about immigration and how immigration
Fuck this shit.
especially in this country, because I have lineage in that space. So for me, when I look at a person like a Nicki Minaj, my first initial thoughts are, I don't really get that, because, you come from a family of immigrants. You know what I'm saying? You a child of especially black people. And the hard work and the oppression that has been put on black people in America. To even be black in America sometimes doesn't feel like you're American. From how we've been treated since the beginning of time up until now, we still see things. We still see things that are reminiscent of the old days, or whatever we were told about the old days. You know what I mean? The stories that they try to suppress with the Trump administration, try to suppress our history. I'm saying, trying to suppress our history. Now you get a bunch of niggas that talk about, yeah, man, when Trump was man, niggas get money, the PPP loan, everybody is locked up for that shit. Don't get it twisted. You know how many people got 10 plus years for that PPP loan shit? Where y'all talk about all y'all money y'all was getting, or the stimulus checks? So you mean to tell me 4 years of administration and them giving you $2,000, let's say $4,000 in 4 years, that's enough to get you to buy into whatever they're selling? I bet. That's what people do nowadays, right? The interesting part, one of the more interesting parts, like I said, that I seen today was how fast, you know what I'm saying, the people who support Nicki Minaj were to say, well, she's not wrong because she's standing up for Nigerian people.
Hey, are you alright?
All right, bet. So here's a clip or excerpt of Amanda Seales speaking about Nicki Minaj. I think we're going to talk about her and Tamika Mallory as well, and what they had to say about Nicki Minaj and this situation.
Nicki Minaj working with Trump admin on plight of Christians in Nigeria. Either she's very checked, or she was mad the whole time, or she genuinely thinks that she's doing something good, which, by the way, is why y'all need to have people around you that know more than you. Y'all don't just need celebrities. Free mind. Everybody should have people around you that they can consult with, that think differently than you, that hold you in a place of value. Just so you understand what's happening here with the plight of Christians in Nigeria, there is a plight of Christians in Nigeria. However, the U.S., the United States, is using this ploy to the process to find their way into Nigeria so that they can then find their way into the Sahel states of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, coming together to begin a process of nationalism on the continent. They are taking that, they're recording from France. And so they try and shut it down. And we saw earlier this year with Trump. And then General tried to say, oh, you know, they got some problems going down in Burkina Faso.
Is that?
Oh, it's you. What?
No. I just
A busy man like me?
money in this one.
I'm not fool, but there's always.
Help you.
We must figure out how.
See, I'm not telling nobody to not have faith. You have right to have faith, whatever your faith might be. I'm not one of them people that's not faith. And please don't take this also as, oh, but you're Muslim, so you don't know. I want to see people be safe, right? But I also believe that a lot of the battles that we got to fight is in close proximity as opposed to what we could just do overseas. See, when I see a person in America get up and stand up for what's going on overseas, not that it's not injustice that's happening over there, but I wonder about what is important to that said person. Now, I also wanted to highlight what Tamika Mallory has said regarding Nicki Minaj, and let's read through it. She says, for the record, Nicki Minaj may not realize it yet, but aligning with Donald Trump and his evil plans has consequences. As he turns his attention to Nigeria, it will be exploitation, resource theft, and innocent Nigerians will likely, I guess you said, meant to say, will likely be harmed. Trump has a pattern. He uses black culture for cover while pushing policies that hurt black people here and abroad. Unfortunately, that sister will be tied, to harm history another who stood beside him. Oh, man, yo, I ain't gonna lie, this shit get exhausting every single day. But then, I started to read, sometimes I read the comments, and I seen somebody say, they ain't say shit about Kim Kardashian working with Trump. They really love white skin. The first thought that I thought of that, why can't anybody ever stay on subject, right? Now, people complain about Kim Kardashian every single day. Kim Kardashian might be one of the most hated people, you know what I mean, in entertainment existence for a variety of reasons, right? Some people look at her as take about say with rape. And shit, it looks bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying she was gold digger. Kanye said the best. You feel me? Having kids with Kanye. The picture that was painted to Kim via Kanye about him, holding the kids with him, or the whole family trying to somebody else said, they said Nicki Minaj doesn't even speak up about the immigrants getting deported, ICE here, or all the harmful things that Donald Trump is doing here. But one day, this kid about putting so much that you think about and let's watch that one.
Something happened. He tried to stop me from doing this. like, what's the stop? And just feel like the rivers flow. And so I just kind of let it go.
And that was her. You know, trying because she failed the bar exam. She was trying to become a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And one person said the first time she actually has to do something that can't be bought. Somebody else says poor billionaire. Another person says, now imagine feeling this way, but without endless money and resources. Which, I ain't gonna lie, they all dead right. But this ain't about Kim Kardashian. You know, I think that the situation that we always see with our entertainers or people who are famous that have influence, we always talk about, like, get to the money, get to the bag, or get whatever it is that you're getting out of it, but at what cost, right? Like, at what cost? Now, I don't know the transaction between Trump. It is some sort of level of transaction, because Nicki Minaj ain't just doing nothing just to do it, and she's not cheap.
Ambassador Mike FoxDie here with the amazing Queen of Rap, Nicki Minaj, and I just can't be more thankful to you for putting your spotlight on the persecution, killing, the devastation that's going on with Christians in Nigeria. The president called it out. Nikki, you called it out, and then we invited you here to the UN to learn more and to see what we can do to stop this.
Needs my voice, and they are being persecuted. And right now, I'm one of the Nigerian bars, and if they live in I love you, and thank you for showing me that you are more than life. And I will continue lending my voice. I hope to see more of you guys lending your voices to it. And let's do the right thing like we've always done. And Ambassador, again, thank you so much. And again, President Trump and the entire administration. At this time, thank you guys for being amazing to me and supporting me and helping me, to understand and to learn. I love to play. Yeah, I love to play.
Well, as President Trump has said, this is not about politics. It's about what is important. This is about, and you have given your voice the voiceless. God bless you. Thank you so much.
You feel me? So whether it's money or it's something that comes out of it, a lot of people are saying pardons. You know what I mean? People are throwing around conspiracy theories about him trying to, get her husband's, criminal case exonerated, all types of stuff that people on the internet just gonna come up with for the sake of argument. For me, I just look at it like this, right? Like, there has to be some sort of level. There has to be some sort of level of nah. I mean, it's that simple. Just a certain level of nah. Right now, a lot of people, opportunistic ways is about self-service, right? Like, what am I getting out of this situation today? I mean, if I get alleged, and not even alleged, I'm speaking hypothetically because that's not even the thing. People just on the internet talking shit about what could possibly happen between
The fuck?
and a family. All I'm saying is this. There is fights. There are wars that are going on short. While people are worried about who got the best album, who got the best whatever, we are dealing with war economically. We're dealing with war health-wise. We're dealing with war spiritually. We're dealing with war in all types of ways within our own people. I'm not talking about everybody else because I can't speak from everybody else's perspective. I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the Bronx. I was born in the Bronx, I moved to Harlem, and I lived there my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So my experiences or the things that I care about are to certain people. Now, are there some sentiments? They don't have sentiments. All I'm saying is this: don't get it. Please don't get it. If you are a person that doesn't know or doesn't care about what Trump's administration is doing to people who are immigrants, regardless of their status, like they running up on immigrants who should stop and friction. And it used to be like in place where it was like in Mississippi and places like that. They doing that in New York. And saying when they did a crazy bus from New York, New York about the bootlegging, but it wasn't just about bootlegging. They trying to get people up out of here. I mean, just simply trying to make a living, regardless of their status. I seen a dude, you know what I'm saying, he got stopped by ICE agents, and once he showed them, that he was a citizen, he personally he just kept it pushing. And it was really reminiscent about like how police had treated me from the time I was in the 6th grade up until now. They didn't give a damn about what I was doing if I was coming home from school. They think we doing what everybody else they thought was bad. And that's what that represents. Y'all let me know y'all feel that. Y'all think that Nikki is doing this to get something out of it, or she's doing this just because she's strong, unfaithful, she wants to help people abroad. This is out there for myself and the one that I do. The one that don't think we good. I can catch y'all on the next one.
Okay, I know what to do. I know.
I felt certain earning my bachelor's degree opened up opportunities.
I felt supported throughout the entire transfer process. Transferring my credits to University of Phoenix helped me earn my degree faster.
Thankfully, I took my credits to
University of Phoenix. I didn't have to repeat work. I'd already done it. You make transferring simple, and with eligible credits, the bachelor's degree faster without repeating process. Because moving forward doesn't involve repeating class.
It's probably I went back out there myself. I was out there daily. I got to but it's like what it is that I do. Hit that stuff that like some heights. We're talking about the evil empire Rock Nation. Yes, the evil empire Rock Nation. I mean, Rock Nation over the past like couple of years, we got some colleges at one point in time. Get the best type of music, the best type of artist development. I could I think my Rock Nation time. It was just a era where it seemed like if you wanted to win, you would go to Rock Nation. Yeah, ever since then, you have all of these different situations where people finally found out who Desiree Perez is, involved in the streets at one time, being a performer, have artists complaining about things that have been done by Rock Nation, specifically Nicki Minaj has said about Rock Nation. And I think that Rock Nation overall got bad. Like I keep being told that I'm a Rock Nation popular, a Rock Nation. I've never worked at Rock Nation a day in my life, ever. And so I don't know nothing about the culture of Rock Nation. But Rock Nation just launched their artist platform, their distribution platform. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it. But before let's take a word from our sponsor, Bill and Craig. Make sure y'all use my code. Yo, this video is brought to you by Bill and Craig. Bill and Craig is a brand, family-owned brand, working in studio business over 30 years by the way of the game. Look, on top of that, they got everything from premium benefits. They got good sweatsuits, good jackets, all types of garments, and all types of accessories for any and everything. A lot of people are doing it. Everybody from Allen Iverson, Moneybag Yo, Skylar Sanders, Paul Pitt, Vin Diesel, they got something for everybody. Know it's full time, you gotta get it right. One of these sweatsuits, the sweatsuit I got on in particular, walking around in it, it's comfy, but I'm gonna use it on the side, I'm gonna wear this to the gym, I'm gonna wear this to go get my groceries, pick up my kids, whatever it is I need to be doing with airport, Jordan Craig got it. So if you like the sweatsuit and the stuff that you've seen, make sure that you hit JordanCraig.com. Like I said, support me, support you. Alright, now back to the subject. I want to talk to all the up-and-coming artists, creative and how they be trying to get over y'all. Just keep it 1,000. A lot of these places, they're not all of them just trying to get over y'all, whatever way they feel fit. If you don't have the personnel around you, it's game time. Make it's nobody's business. Now, with that being said, you have access to all of the resources that they possibly could have in order to curate and build business. No, right? You know that for a fact. Is it fair? No. That means let's talk about that. But Rock Nation just launched their article platform, and a lot of the stuff that it says, I'm going to tell y'all what I think about this after I a lot of the stuff when you have the word Russell, right? Alright, it says access to 200+ platforms, right? So it says track your screen, know your audience, target your top platforms, access them, use sentiment of online conversation. Okay. It also says that I said rock music and an open platform. Spotify, Apple, TikTok, and others to ensure that a wide range helps artists maximize their exposure and earnings, access real-time data, and detail across only means of money. Listenership and streaming trend. Listening is crucial for making informed decisions about market and strategy, right? Understand who's listening to your access to in-depth audience insights. Education, top streaming demographic. Alright, let's go back. This is like it says no upfront fees or subscription. They can get words, placement, placement, words, payments, and revenue streams. Okay. What else we got? It says video, right? Okay. What else they got? Alright, let's keep it. Let's go to what Russ had to say about this says. So Russ, it's an 85-15 split, right? This is Russ says 85-15 split to press upload matters. Major labels take 50% of this goal of the top two. So it seems like this model for business model that if you're an artist, this makes no sense to stop for and you have to make the label come monthly with and focus on great marketing with office instead of is a self-serve uploader with none of these services, and yet charge the same 15% major label fee. The economics don't make sense, and the entire market control is 10%, only charging a percentage of the ad service. Let me tell y'all what I think. I think that this should be absolutely don't upset that they are building something up. Let me tell you what it's doing, right? So
let's unpack holiday decor. Put garland, everything, tables, toes. Oh, you can never go too far. Where's
Where the fuck third one at?
we had a time where over the past, I said 10 years,
Oh my god.
maybe it's about April, maybe 21 Savage, right? I'm just guessing. I'm guessing some shit. Maybe those are the ones that have gotten $1 million. There's been way more people that signed deals for $1 million that didn't show true power of investment. There's a ton of people that none of that bread came back. People have exhausted. They've exhausted so much money into trying to sign actually breaking because they have popped on TikTok, or they was popping on Twitter, or they had a viral dance, or it was hot. It was hot on another music platform. People were doing this and that's something. I've seen all of them. I've seen all of the past 10 years. Because it goes like this. The major labels don't put up that money. So how can we give artists without having to do that? Go to sign them up our Facebook. Put up our put up everything that we are that exists and say, hey, you can be doing with us. You can have, Rock Nation or whatever else, United Masters, because I was talking about it as well. You can have that in the metadata because association when it comes to branding, you feel like, I think it's Rock Nation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that association.
Oh, God.
Like, right? Now, before I go a little bit further, let's just go United Masters. So they have, a three-tier system as well. And you can sign up for the debut, right? Debut Plus, which is 100% of the royalties. Release you to 50 top music services, promotion music, marketing team, career guidance, right? Then the second tier is select. The second tier is keep 100% of the royalties, release music to 50 top music services, promotion music, the marketing tools, daily payouts with real-time royalties, personalized artist development with Blueprint AI, right? Access exclusive brand and sync deals, eligible to be invited to party. That costs $60, right? Get dedicated artist relationships, fan marketing, unlock instant brand and sync deals, get rich with limitless curators, fund your future with advanced. That's by invitation. Let's tell you what that is. It's the same level, the same thing as recommendations. So think about any era. No matter what era is only, think about any era. Think about the 90s, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, the blog era, the 2010s, up until now the 2020s. There's always been a very, very small select few of artists that are the ones that do the best. And it's not because they're special. It's put a bunch of people together, put them in a race. That's certain people that can't. You got people that got their cardio up, you got people that got their cardio at all. This process of elimination, you see people look for this shit, not look for it. This is the same contract. The thing is like, yeah, you're not going to be signing artists with $200,000 when in a spot where anybody can upload anything bring them in based on our association, right? Bring them based on, yo, nah, you can be a part of this with us. Because look at it. That's not the system. They have the legitimacy.
Oh, God.
That big as a plug. Big as a plug. This numbers is this content because I don't think he has the biggest successful personality. He can rap though, so he leans on music that was well. Another person who started with United Masters was now the thing is, like, United Masters has started, they started with this stop. Think about it, if you want to stand this out, yes, these stops, it's been like a cultural curator. Some people consider it I see how y'all say that Steve Scott was a cultural because we have to service. United Masters is not a service. So now the thing about it is this. You're signing up to a line.
Are you serious?
Stuff that's awful. It's
Oh fuck!
Literally, you can find, if you're an artist, you can find an up-and-coming
I swear.
you can find an up-and-coming digital person. You can find an up-and-coming marketer. And you can put all of these people in the room and say, yo, listen, I'm going to do this shit every day. Y'all start learning these things. That's the reason why labels are creating these ecosystems. The reason why they're
Oh
creating
no!
these ecosystems because too many artists have gone big and too many artists, and the label has nothing to do with it. Like I said, Big X the Plug. He's not signed to a traditional label deal. If Big X the Plug was
I gotta
signed
get my